Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Heroes A to Z. My name is Conman and hopefully this one goes a little bit better than that Kerrigan video went. Today we get to play a support though. We get to play a very interesting support as a matter of fact. It is time for Kharizim. So why is he so interesting? He is interesting because he can go a couple of different paths. He is classified as a support, and he can heal. And, you know, he's going to get a lot of heals in the game. He can go a damage path. You know, if he's not going to be your primary healer, if you've got a Malf or something like that in your team and you're not going to be, you know, he's not going to be your primary guy, you can take him damage. And you'll notice he's got a big old question mark right here under pick your trait. So let's get right into the action and talk about Kharizim. His trait is picked at level 1. So your first talent kind of determines the trait that you go. So we're gonna dive right in and talk about that. So you have 3 slots. You can either go Transcendence, which is basic attacks heal. Every third basic attack heals a nearby lowest allied hero or lowest nearby allied hero. I get words right. For 160. Again at level 20. So as you're going to heal by default just by punching things in the face, kind of like this, and it'll heal. I'll show you what it looks like. Actually, I'm going to use Iron Fist to show you what it looks like. Second one is going to be Iron Fist. So for Transcendence obviously is a heal path. It's like a straight up heal path. Iron Fist is more of a damage path here. Every third basic attack deals 110% bonus damage and gives 30% increased move speed for 2 seconds. So basically you get kind of a little extra oomph in every third attack, and you get some bonus move speed if you kind of like some of these trying to run away, you can kind of close the gap.
Choose a talent.
The third one, and well, before I show you how it looks, the third one is going to be Insight. And this is actually not only is it a trait, it's more of a sustained kind of talent, and it's a quest talent at that. So every third basic attack, you're going to get mana, and it's going to grant you a stack of Insight. So one, this is actually one of your major ones. I think a lot of people take Insight because it's going to restore your mana as you punch things. It's going to be great for sustain. And when you get that 100 stacks of Insight, every third attack also reduces the cooldown of all of your basic abilities by a second. So not only are you gaining mana by punching things, but you're going to lower the cooldown, and you're going to have the mana to be able to cast them more often. So let's show you what it looks like. There's one thing about the tooltip that it doesn't mention. It's going to be every third basic attack within a certain period of time. So first off, let's just see how it looks. Take a look at Kharazim's fists. So as he punches, his fist will glow. But notice if I wait for a little while without punching anything, it'll go away. So okay, 1, 2, 3. Here's the bonus. 1, 2, 3. There's the bonus. Here I go. You can actually see I'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll walk away, go back. There's the bonus. But if I go 1, 2, and then walk away, and then kind of wait, the fist will stop glowing and it won't count. 1, 2, 3. So the tooltip doesn't mention that, but it is 3 basic attacks within some period of time. I don't know exactly what the cooldown is. It doesn't even have to be necessarily the same target. You can, punch 3 different things. You can kind of switch up like I did there. But what you're not able to do, so something to keep in mind, you're not able to just kind of like hit a wall twice and then just store that third one ready to go for the first strike. Like it does run out, so you can't like keep it in your back pocket until you're ready. You do actually have to, hit that third one. All right. So with that out of the way, here are his other abilities. So first off is Q. It's going to be Radiant Dash. It's actually got a pretty solid range there, as you see. Jump to any allied or enemy unit. Enemies are immediately hit with a basic attack, and you get 2 charges on this. So it's going to look like this. So you immediately kind of dash over and you punch somebody in the face. You can use this like this to dash away. This is going to be your dash out of there. So this is going to be mobility for you. You can, if somebody's running away, you can kind of charge in to hit them to close the gap. You can use this if you're being chased and you have an allied, toggle cooldowns here. You have a teammate near you, you can use that. You can use this on minions, for example. See, that was to a minion. Just use that to get out of the way. So that's Radiant Dash. Your next ability is your straight up heal. It's going to look something like this. Breath of Heaven. Heal nearby heroes for 61, giving them a 15% movement speed. So not only are you going to heal them, it does have a long cooldown, 8 seconds I guess, but you're going to give them a little bit of a boost. Now here's something. You see this little icon under the healing dummy? This is like your range indicator. This means you're within range. So I can use this. Also, you'll notice the indicator goes away when the cooldown is down. So as soon as this cooldown pops back up, you can see the range indicator. It will go like this. So you can kind of hover over and see an idea of where it is. If I walk here, I'm just barely there. and I take that next step, and it goes away. And you can see it over here when I walk over to Malfurion. There's the range indicator. There it goes. So you're going to have an idea just while playing the game. If you're eagle-eyed, you know, you're going to see that little, whatever that you want to call that is, that glowing there. And that's going to show you, you know, what you're going to be in range of. It also, as you see here, it does heal yourself. So you're going to get heals out of this as well. And then your last one is going to be Deadly Reach. Kharazim's next basic attack increases his attack speed and attack range by 100% for 2 seconds. So it looks something like this. So you get a whole bunch of actually, you do get increased range. This one you can store. So you can queue this up and then kind of dive in with Radiant Dash, and he'll immediately start punching. But it does get extra range. So you're going to get one of these. And you notice I got about 3 procs out of that for my trait. I'm gonna wait till my trait runs out. All right, cue it up. 1, 2, 3. There's right there. So that's gonna be a channeled ability. I mean, obviously you don't have to sit there for the whole channel. You can kind of move around if you know the situation warrants it. But you're gonna get 3 hits from your trait just kind of from that if you get the whole channel off. So those are his main abilities. So you can see where he can be. You know, his abilities kind of tie into his trait, which is basically punching things in the face. So let's take a peek at his ultimates real fast, and then we'll dive into some talents, and then we'll see what kind of quick match game we can get. So I'm going to actually go back to the allies when we go through the talents. So his first talent, Seven-Sided Strike. So Seven-Sided Strike is your offensive. He's got 1 offensive ultimate, 1 defensive ultimate. So your offensive ultimate is Seven-Sided Strike. Whoops, I don't want to hurt. I want to go over here. Your Seven-Sided Strike, let me get out of range here. Seven-Sided Strike, you become invulnerable, and you strike 7 times over 2 seconds. Each hit strikes the highest health hero for 7% of their max. So this is going to do a lot of damage to this target dummy, I believe, just because it's got a lot of health, being the target dummy, and it's the only target. Yeah, you see that? That was 4,000 damage. You are invulnerable while this is going on, and you see this, like, if you don't have anything in range, this will be where it goes. So let's take a peek. Let's go look at let Arthas up here. So as long as he's, and that's the kill, as long as they're inside that circle, you will be using Seven-Sided Strike. So when will this be good? This is going to be good against obviously high target, high health heroes, tanks, warriors, you know, like your cho'galls, your Stitches, your Muradins, Arthas, you know, anything with a lot of health, this is going to be strong against. It's going to be stronger against less number of heroes. So, you know, this is 4,000 damage to 1 target. But if there were 5 of these, it's going to hit each one of these, or 7 of these, it's going to hit each one of these 1 time. You know, if you had a full group, of heroes here, so you got all 5 heroes right in your range, you're going to hit, you know, each hero like 1 time, or maybe, you know, it's going to spread out that damage. So unless they're all very low, you're going to get the maximum value out of this, you know, with the lower number of heroes, just because you're going to do more damage. So something to keep in mind. I mean, obviously you can use this offensively to kind of, you know, dive in on somebody, and then use your ult, and then kind of punch them out. And you know, they're not stunned there. They can move. They can walk out of range. You can use this a bit defensively. You know, if you're about to get hit by something, you can kind of toggle this to maybe do some damage in return, but also be invulnerable for 2 seconds. So keep that in mind. It does have kind of a multiple set of uses. The other ult he gets is his... Oops, that's not the right one. I don't know if I'm able to show this off. It's Divine Palm. But this is his defensive one. This is kind of like the I'm going to save somebody, but or yourself for that matter. Here, let's show up the tooltip. Protect an allied hero from death, causing them to be healed for 2,600 damage, which is pretty nice if they take fatal damage in the next 3 seconds. So the trick with this is going to require good reflexes, good timing, and also have an idea of what what's going to happen. Like, you know, so if nothing happens, it's going to look like this. So I'm going to go over here to this dummy. And, oh, nothing happened. So what happened here is he didn't actually get killed. I don't think I'm going to be able to show it off with Malfurion. So what would happen if this dummy somehow took damage? Malf is not going to get killed, so I'm not even going to be able to kind of showcase this one, unfortunately. You know what? Here's what I can show it on myself. I can show it on myself. I'm silly. Let's go take damage here. Hello, friends. I'm going to go play with the fort. There it is. Okay, you get stasis, and there's the big heal. So that's what it looks like. So the trick is, of course, you're going to have to use it on somebody who's about to get killed, or you know they're going to get killed. And the tricky part is, especially in a quick match environment, or an uncoordinated, at least a lower league, in a coordinated environment, your teammate may not necessarily know what this means. I see this a lot where somebody, you'll get Divine Palm put on them, and then they'll run away, and so they actually live with like 10 health, and they don't trigger it. And that could be a waste. So you've got to use it at the right time. Timing is going to be very important. Obviously, having if you're not going to use it on yourself, and if you're going to use it to save a teammate, you have to know when to use it in order to not kind of waste the cooldown. Now it's only 60 seconds, so it's not the worst thing in the world if it happens. But it can be wasted. There is an upgrade at level 20. Where if this doesn't proc, it will actually lower the cooldown to 5 seconds, which makes it pretty useful. So if you do get to 20 with this, it can be pretty handy. Let's take a peek at some of the talents here. We'll just go over a couple of things. So I think the main talents that people are going these days for level 1 for the trait pick are either going to be Iron Fist, which is your damage build, going to start off your damage build at least, or Insight. Insight's going to give you great sustain. You're going to have all the mana you need because your abilities are going to synergize because they're going to give you more mana every couple of attacks. They're going to give you the Insight stacks, and when you get to the 100, they're just going to reduce your cooldowns. So let's take a peek. Complete quests. All right. Let's take cooldown here. Let's assume I'm going to use Deadly Reach. I mean, you can see how that's already, coming back up more quickly. So you're going to be able to use stuff more often. You'll be able to pop a heal, get in with Deadly Reach, and your heal is just about going to be ready to go again, so it's pretty sweet. Your level 4, also something that's worth mentioning, are the unique allies that you get, since that was introduced, I believe, with the Kharizim rework a little while ago. So you get, if you're going the heal build, you're going full on support, you're going to want to do Spirit Ally.
Choose a talent.
Spirit Ally is going to look something like this. It places something down here. Anybody in this blue circle is going to be healed for, I think it's 2%? Yeah, 2% of their max health every second, up to for 10 seconds. So this can be killed. I'll toggle it here just so I can see it again. It can be killed. It does have a small health pool. It'll last 10 seconds. Interesting to note, you can... Whoops, that's not the right one. You can dash to it. You can actually dash to any of the allies, any of the Spirit allies. The Earth ally places an ally nearby. It's actually got more health. It's got 900 health. So it's pretty beefy. Also lasts 10 seconds. It reduces the damage that heroes take against basic attacks by 50%. So if you're up against, if you're not going full on heal build, and you're up against a team that's got a lot of auto attacks, Earth ally is going to look pretty good. Pretty good. I know words. Pretty good. Oh man. And the last one is Air Ally. Place an Air Ally that has vision and reveals a large area around it. Has a very, very small health pool, but conversely, it lasts 40 seconds, and it has 2 charges. So these both have 45-second cooldowns. This one it can get killed much easier, but it has 20-second cooldown and 2 charges. This will reveal. So you can pop it down, if you're, again, this is going to be something you're going to consider if you're up against some stealthies. I mean, I think the vision isn't, the vision is always good. It's doubly important when you're against, a Zeratul or a Nova or a Valera, something of that sort. So at level 7, we get Blinding Speed. I think that's a pretty solid one. Decreases Radiant Dashes cooldown by 2 seconds and increases the maximum number of charges by 1. I mean, you've already got 2 charges. Now you can have 3rd charge, and the cooldown goes down. That's nice because you're able to cast that more often. And each time you cast that on an enemy, not only do you close the gap, but they're immediately hit with a basic attack. So that's going to be a punch to the face, which will channel all of, fuel all of your other abilities. So that one's pretty sweet. Heavenly Veil, and just increases the movement bonus speed to 30%. And then every 3rd basic attack reduces the cooldown of Deadly Reach by 0.75. So also, that's something like that. Every 3rd basic attack, and this is going to channel in on itself because you're doing both basic attacks with Deadly Reach. So, kind of synergizes in on itself. Level 10, kind of play it by ear, depends on, whether you have a coordinated team, whether you think you're going to need Divine Palm. It is very powerful if you can, get it to proc. Otherwise, you know, 7-sided strike is kind of guaranteed damage if you can get people in the range. So we got 13 here. Fist of Fury is a pretty solid one. Increases the duration by 100%. So let's just take a look at this. I'm gonna toggle cooldowns off. We're gonna go Blazing Fists. I don't care. We'll take 7-sided strike. We'll go Fist of Fury.
Choose a talent.
I mean, it's up. Like, just the... I mean, just think about that for a second. This is up. So just, I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to just stand here for this entire duration every single time. You're going to be taking damage. You know, you can get stunned. Some things can happen. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, you're able to stand there. I mean, you can use this against the mercenary and just be like, all right, here we go. And it comes right back up. So essentially, you have the potential to have guaranteed uptime with that particular ability. I mean, Spell Shield is Spell Shield. Alternatively, I do like Sixth Sense. When stunned or rooted, you gain 75 physical armor against hero basic attacks for 4 seconds. So this, again, if you're going to be up against, you know, heavy melee team, a heavy auto attack team, especially if they've got some CC, this will keep you alive because you're going to get, you know, super damage reduction if they ever hit you with the CC. So it's pretty nice. Level 16. This is Cleansing Touch. This is your cleanse. So you do get a cleanse as Kharizim. It is rather late in the game. I think most other heroes who get it at level 7. This will be way late in the game. If you Radiant Dash to an ally, it makes them unstoppable for 1 second. You'll probably want to combo this with Blinding Speed to get the extra charge if you think you might want to take it. But you know, you do have to blow the cooldown or blow the charge, but it will grant them unstoppable for the second.
Choose a talent.
It's gonna look something like that. You see, they get that extra little oomph there. So also, again, this might be something that you want to use in a more coordinated environment if they know it's coming. It is powerful because you can cast it more often, but it's going to be, you know, it'll be way later in the game as it is, where most heroes get that. I think at level 7. Alternatively, you've got a Wave 100 Fist. Radiant Dashing to an enemy launches a rapid volley of 6 basic attacks, dealing 50% damage each. But it's still gonna like channel your it's gonna proc your trait. It's gonna charge your cooldown reduction if you have something like that. So it's pretty nice. And then at level 20, I mentioned the improvement on Divine Palm. So if you set it to 5 seconds if the hero does not die. So if it doesn't proc, you basically get to cast it again pretty quickly. I don't like Transgression. 7 strike hits for 4 more times. I just don't like it. Yeah, it could be powerful. You know, if you really like, if you're up against cho'gall, maybe that will be worth it. I think you're better off with either Epiphany or Storm Shield. So Storm Shield, activate to restore 33% of Kharazim's maximum mana, which you may not even need if you've gone Insight. If you've gone Insight, you probably don't need Epiphany, maybe. But at least in terms for the mana, but you do refill 2 charges of Radiant Dash. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, Storm Shield is very solid. It's always a solid pick. Activate to give all nearby allied heroes a shield for 20% of their max health for 3 seconds. So that's defensive. So Kharazim, he's very mobile. He can do surprising amount of damage for his support. You know, he is melee, so he does have to get in range to be able to channel his abilities. So that's something, you know, you've got to watch out for. It's tough to run with him. Just because of the range. I mean, in order to get the maximum amount of uptime and everything, he does need to be actually attacking things, which isn't always feasible. You know, CC is always a problem because of that. He can kind of dash out from some of it. Stuns, as you might imagine, for just about any support is going to be a problem. So that's kind of Kharizim in a nutshell. I hadn't played him a lot since the rework, so this I'm sure will be an interesting game. Let's hop out of here. He does attack 2 times per second, though. I don't know if you caught that at the very end on the character screen. So he does attack often just by himself without even using any abilities. Also, here's something about Kharazim that's pretty friggin' neat, and that's this skin, this kind of Logan skin. I really like that. That's super fun. I don't even know what mount I took. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Go gadget Q. There we go. Always super quick. Alright, so we got a Butcher. There's a cho'gall for us. And then a Tassadar. Okay. So we've got a lot of this. Alright. Okay. What's the map? Hopefully it's 2 lanes. That would be pretty sweet for us. It is Braxis, which is 2 lanes. Okay. That is good for the cho'gall. I'm a happy fan there. Although cho'gall is got to watch out. Raynor can use Giant Killer. The 2-lane map is less good for Butcher because it's less opportunity for him to farm meat. So he'll be slow on the pickup. So we've got kind of a double support thing going on here with Tassadar. They only have 1. They do have a double warrior kind of thing going on here with Diva and Rexar. So I'm curious how this one plays out. They've got some range in Raynor. Lucio gives them some movement, and then Valeera is always a pain in the ass. Although, hopefully, the thing with Valeera is going to run into Tassadar, and that's going to be a hard counter. I don't know if I'm going to go... I don't think I'm going to take the reveal ally, but I probably will go full support. Prepare for combat. Very interesting. Interesting. I'll go bottom here.
I will not waste my focus on you.
I'll go Insight to start with. I'm gonna go Insight to start with just to have the mana to be able to cast everything.
The battle commences in 10 seconds.
For reasons I'm not sure if cho'gall wants to go top. Okay, that's fine to start with.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let your blade strike true.
We'll see how this goes. My job to start with is to try to just build up some Insight stacks and get my quest going. cho'gall and Butcher up top. That's all of our damage. Most of our damage anyway. Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it is dangerous, sir. I am well aware. I agree with you. So they got at least 2. I thought I saw a 3rd one over there before. I see Diva up top.
This fight is over.
Yep, gotta be careful. That was Valeera. Didn't see her stealthed. And I do see her floating around there again. There he goes. Good job. Thank you, sir.
You shall be defeated.
Almost got the kill. He backed off.
Or in all things.
But that's fine. I'm just going to cast this as much as possible. You see, though, so far, and I have punched some things. My mana is pretty solid. There's Valeera down on the bottom again. I see her floating around here.
I go.
Nope, she might be near me. I'm getting bumped.
The storm breaks.
Alright, so cho'gall went down up top. That's not so great. Not a good time for it either. I'm gonna hang out with my buddy.
The beacons have activated. Control them. Please let this work.
Ooh, that was a good pushback by Raynor. I dived in there and immediately had the pushback. I have to back off. Oof.
Choose a talent. To the unformed land.
Well, this is going to be how that game goes. cho'gall got there too late, unfortunately. I'm going to go Spirit Ally. I am just going to go heals.
Stop them! Stop them at once!
Let's get the heal up here, because cho'gall wants to play in the Zerg, which is not the smartest of ideas. I do need to back off. I am too low. I didn't get to punch enough things, so my mana is low on top of that. So here's our problem we got going on right here. cho'gall is just in the middle of nowhere. This is just bad map management. cho'gall is in the middle of nowhere. He really needs to either be helping with the Zerg or pushing up top. Like, it's got to be one or the other. Instead, he's fighting basically a 3-on-1. He's going to get himself killed. Yep, I'm gonna try to help him out. Alright, he just gets away. Like, really just call for the retreat. A little bit of a lag spike there. Like, come on, buddy. Alright, I'm just gonna leave him.
For the glory of Evgod.
That was just a waste of like, we should have been pushing, or we should have been killing the Zerg, or doing both. Like, that's just a waste of XP across the board. Now, this is somebody who's extended too far. Somebody's also extended too far.
These Zerg must be exterminated.
And he's gonna get killed. He's gonna pay the price. Okay, that's good. And that's their healer. So that's pretty sweet.
Zerg threat eliminated.
Oh, thank goodness. We live another day.
A challenge.
And you see, I don't always get my my deadly reach up. I'm getting stunned a bunch. I'm getting knocked back a bit.
Choose a talent.
The gods are in all things.
Actually, I think I mispicked that talent, but we'll find out soon enough. Well, that's fine. So we didn't have a great first start. We didn't lose any forts though, thankfully, so that was fine.
For the glory of
We're pretty close in kills. Ooh, so close.
your strength fades. Bring me.
Pop this back here, get some health. You see, he can be very aggressive. Oof, that was very, very close.
My foe.
He can be very aggressive if the opportunity calls for it, but the flip side is Kharizim does put himself into danger. So cho'gall has abandoned the top.
The beacons are powering up.
So this could be troublesome. Now, the hope is with cho'gall down here
Gods
that we'll be able to take the middle beacon point, and then maybe if we can pick some people off, then we can take the top one. So I'm going to come down here. I'm not even going to bother with the top one by myself.
They're active once again.
I'm going to come down and see what I can do.
The enemy does.
Unfortunately, I get there too late.
your strength fades.
We are going to lose all the points. And we got to stand on the, we do have to stand on the point. There's a kill. Okay, let's get on this point. There's a kill against Misha. There's a heal.
I will.
Alright, we did get Valyra though, so I'm not too worried about her. Now cho'gall also puts down his Kilrog, so that'll be good when she comes back. We are halfway to the quest. I would like to be more. If cho'gall's going to hang on at bottom, I'm going to follow Tassadar up here. We're going to see if we can take this top point. Help out our butcher friend. Let's just get the point. There we go. Oh, butcher needs to back off. Back off, buddy. Have a heal, though. That means Valyra is here. So Valyra's on the point. And I need... And I can't reveal her?
You shall
Come on, butcher.
stand alone.
Your spirit will
Yep.
return shortly.
Where is cho'gall? The cho'gall, I didn't see if he got killed or if he hearthed. Looks like he died again. Yeah,
Choose a talent.
so... Misplayed that. I don't even know what the hell to take at level 10. I'm really not sure.
The enemy has destroyed a fort.
Emergency! Scores of Zerg are inbound on our base.
Cho'gall,
Destroy them immediately.
So this cho'gall's just going ham, and that's the problem. part of the problem. I'm not going to say it's the only problem. It's part of the problem. I'm going 7-sided strike. I would love to go Divine Palm. I'm actually not even going to bother with that because I'm going to get myself killed if I go there by myself. I would love to take Divine Palm because I could save cho'gall. The problem is I don't trust that. I don't trust my team, in fairness, at this point. I think Tassadar is solid. Butcher is... he's been diving in a little too aggressively even for Butcher. Like that, like right there. He's way too far out. He will get the kill there. Unfortunately, we're down 2 levels now. We've lost a fort. I definitely misplayed some of this. We'll see what we do, though.
Have my gratitude. I'd likely deserve food.
I would love to get a camp, although we're going to have some company. See, now we're going to have company up here, and this is the problem. We can't really, get this camp with these guys up here. cho'gall looks AFK or something. Like, I have no idea what his issue is. Here he goes. He's going to mount up. Like, I think cho'gall is just kind of going ham. We're going to take this. I'm going to take this partially just to take it and partially just to get some insight stacks because I'm at 84. And that'll give me 85, so I'm pretty close to the insight stacks. So let's go over here. If we're going to take this camp here, I'm going to help cho'gall out. Almost. We do have some trouble here. And here's the thing, I would love to use 7-sided strike there, but they're going to back off. That was not a good shadow bolt volley. 1, it aggroed the boss, and 2, everyone was very, very far away. Not a good volley at all.
My mind is clear.
Not a great place to lag. I did some, see, right there. I did some damage, and I got killed because Valir was there. I did some damage, but that was like 4 people there, and I did maybe like 1 punch to everybody, and it was not a lot. Let's take a look at what's going on.
The beacons are energizing.
He needs to back up. Yeah, he's going out too far. Like, it just... Oh, so... I wanted something better than the Kerrigan video, and not going to be able to deliver. Not at all. Where this is going to tear through our towers. I'm just gonna go top to take this out. We're gonna lose this already. They've already got the bottom one. We're gonna lose the top one. I don't know what he's talking about, the same thing 3 times in a row. I really don't. I think he's just... Butcher's going ham. He's not playing cautiously at all. There we go. Give them a little speed boost. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to him. Yeah, we're going to get him. Okay. Now, unfortunately, here comes all the Zerg.
Security can't hold off the Zerg ad nauseum. They need your help.
Now that's Rexar. I'm bailing out to get some Zerg. cho'gall does get Rexar, so that's pretty nice. I am getting lagged just a little bit every so often, not enough to really affect the game too much. I'm gonna back off here just because I'm getting hit hard by the Zerg. cho'gall killed by Valera. Yeah.
Is it safe out there now? Yes?
Nah.
Nice work.
This fight is over.
Tassadar's just gonna eat that. Oh, good job. And I'm dead.
Our core. You have fallen.
This certainly wasn't our fault.
Yes, here.
That's probably game. I mean, that could be game. cho'gall's back up. I guess not. Maybe I should have gone that. I think I probably should have gone blinding speed. Shoot. Yep.
My time has not yet come.
How many deaths for that butcher? 9. That's not a good butcher.
A challenge.
Choose a talent.
I wonder how much meat he has. It's a shame. It's a shame that we can't actually see. Yeah, they're gonna take that. I mean, at this point, this game's over. Barring a team wipe for them, like at an opportune time, I bet you they're going boss right now as well. If I were them, I would be all over the boss. I guess you're gonna get another camp first.
Are reactivating.
You're gonna get every camp.
The battle.
Our butcher is just, it's fine. He needs meat because he's died 9 times. Are they going boss? They're not going boss. That's surprising. They're gonna go for the point. There's a kill on Lucio, which is nice. That's their heals. I'm gonna get something again. We didn't even blow up a fort. How about that nonsense? Our butcher. Oh man, that is just awful. cho'gall's gonna bail out. We're probably going to get ourselves killed by standing on the point. At least one of them is up there.
Our core
Yeah.
is under attack.
This fight is over. The gods are in all things.
Well, this is game. I'm gonna come to you. Hello, sir. And I'm gonna get stunned. I did get the resistance, which kept me alive just a little bit along with the shield. Come to you again. Oh, I got blocked out by my own guy.
Rise
That's
again.
too bad.
Take your revenge.
cho'gall's gonna get this.
The enemy
Doesn't
is
matter.
attacking our
They're
core.
gonna take the core right here. I think. No, they're just gonna back off. They're being very timid. They're being very timid.
Let's drop the beat.
And he's gonna die. Yep. I bet you his talent build is all wrong at that. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's... Yes. These are bad. Both of these are not great. I was hoping this Zerg pen was going to be on the bottom and we would just be ending.
The Zerg are headed this way. Do something.
I've played 8 games tonight, kids, and I've lost all of them. Because I've just... Yeah. I've just been full of just awful compositions and awful things.
Our core is under attack. You lost. The spirits say it is not your time yet.
What got me there? Was it a big shot? No, it was just Diva. Thank God. That was just awful. That was terrible. Let's talk about that.
Darkness grows stronger.
Yeah. She's just kicking. Diva's kicking ass in Quickmatch. Like she's just she's gonna be one of those characters in Quickmatch that everyone just hates because she's really. I don't think people know how to play against her yet. I'm gonna go Tassadar. Tassadar was definitely up there. Let's take a quick peek at what's going on before I go be sad because I've lost my 9th game in a row. That's fine, whatever. Yeah, stats-wise, I mean, that Butcher was not... So, here's the most damning thing about that. We only got 14 kills. I mean, we got our ass kicked in terms of kills straight away. But here's the most damning thing about that to me. Is that Butcher was only he only got 3 assists. So even if he didn't get any kills, he was only around the team for 3 of these 14 kills. Now, 11 deaths... 11 deaths is going to contribute to that. You know, Braxis is not Butcher's best map due to the fact that, you know, it's 2 lanes. You're not going to have the opportunities to farm all of the meat you necessarily need, but you're definitely not going to get it if you die 11 times. And most of them weren't good deaths. Most of them weren't like, I'm going to go take somebody out and then get killed. He was just way too far. You know, when you're up against a Valera who can just keep you into place, and when you're up against like a Rexar who can stun and a Diva who can displace you, you can't run out that far. He was way too far, way too many times. He was by himself way too many times, and that contributed to that. cho'gall, same thing. He was all over the place. I mean, he was just running off on his own and trying to like 2v. You know, cho'gall was just trying to take on their entire team, and that's not going to work. You're pretty strong. cho'gall can be very, very strong, but not against the entire team. And I understand that Gall is still going to be able to cast when Valera stuns him, but it's just not going to work when you've got, like, you know, Raynor ate him up. I'm sure. I bet you Raynor took Giant Killer. There you go, Giant Killer. That's going to destroy cho'gall. Giant Killer is, and then Executioner is going to do more damage on top of that. So all he needs, Rexar is going to stun, Valera is going to stun, and then cho'gall is just going to get destroyed. And that's probably what happened right there. You know, cho'gall needs to stay within, you know, got to stay with the group. Didn't do that at all. Myself, I think Tassadar was on point. He did good. I don't think I played particularly well myself. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, completely crap all over my team. I died 5 times too. Didn't do all that great. I do think, you know, talent-wise, I'm fine with Insight. You know, I don't know what we would have done here with this comp. I really don't. Maybe, you know, in hindsight, maybe I should have gone damage build. You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have gone damage build just because we didn't seem to have the damage. I don't know. You know, I was hoping, knowing that Raynor into cho'gall was bad, I wanted to go heals, because I think you're going to end up with that more often than not in a quick match game. It's not a bad one. I mean, I still get to cast things more often, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But maybe damage would have been okay. I'm not sure it would have made a difference, to be honest. Spirit Ally. Other than a couple of times where I placed it in the worst possible spot, like I think I placed it in Diva's bunny hop, which immediately it lasted like a half second and got killed, which was bad. Spirit Ally is fine. You know, Spirit Ally is okay. You know, this is one where the Earth Ally may have come into play. You know, Raynor's the auto attacks. Rexar's got some auto attacks. Diva's got some auto attacks. Maybe Earth Ally could have been better. Could have been a better choice. I'm not sure. Maybe we could have got some value out of that, so that's something to consider. I kind of was hit or miss on Blazing Fist. I'm fine when I think about it. I'm fine with this. And the alternative was the double. You know, was to increase the Radiant Dash. I'm not sure. It was a coin flip for this one. I really wanted to take Divine Palm. However, I don't think out of those 11 deaths for Butcher, I think I only saw like 2 of them. So which means he was off getting himself killed by himself. cho'gall half the time was off getting himself killed. I might have been able to save him once. I'm not sure. I probably could have used it on myself. I mean, that's something. I didn't get any real value out of this. This was just one of those, like, I'm going to take this and try to do some damage, hopefully. You know, the game was kind of, you know, in a crap state at that point. 6 cents, I am fine with this. Valera was stunning the hell out of me, so I wanted this for sure. At 16, Way of the 100 Fists, Radiant Dashing to an enemy launches a rapid volley of 6 basic attacks, dealing 50% damage. At this point, this is where I was like, let me just do as much damage as possible and try to do some stuff and channel those cooldowns. to see what I can do. The game was kind of lost by then. Had we gotten to 20, Storm Shield, I think, is where I would have gone. That may have given us just a little extra survivability. So some of my talent choices were questionable. Some of my plays were questionable for sure. We kind of shat the bed there, so to speak. I'm not just looking at the talents. I mean, I'm not happy with Cho's. Like, okay, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not... That one okay, that one's fine. That one cool. I'm down with this. Yeah, I'm down with this. Hammer of Twilight. This is where I think we're messing up. Really, the extra, like that one, I'm not like. They went all in on the heroics, is what they did, and I don't think Rune Gauntlet is the way to go. And definitely at 16, I get what you're getting with Molten Block. Unstoppable would have been great. Would have the Surging Fist one, I forget the name off the top of my head now. That one would have been fantastic as cho'gall. He would have been unstoppable, would have been able to be like, shake off the Valera stuns, shake off the Rexar stuns, and heal yourself while you're going. You Surging Fist out of danger. I still think that's the talent you have to take. It's just so good. It is so good. I didn't even see him use Molten Block. It's so good. You know, Gaul went, we see you. That's fine. I'm fine with this at level 1 because of the Valera. This is also one of the reasons, cho'gall, by the way, was one of the reasons why I didn't use the air ally. And all things considered, Valera got the jump on us so many times. Like we didn't do very well with keeping Valera revealed. Like Valera should have never been able to do anything. Between Cho and Tassadar, like he never should have been able to do anything. Didn't much. This here, I'm not a fan of this at all either. I mean, I guess the idea here is do extra damage to the Zerg. I'm not sure. I'm just contemplating. I don't think this is a good choice. This one's I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Not a fan of this either. They went kind of Dread Orb. Okay, sure. I think, you know, I don't want to... Yeah, it's what it was. We didn't play well. We were all strung out. This is one of those ones where really what we should have done... Butcher should have come down, probably should have come down with us. I mean, I don't even know how you break this up. I mean, ideally you're going to want a 4-1, you know, 4 on top, 1 on bottom, or vice versa. I don't know. I don't know how we could have played this better, other than when we finally got to 10, is to just stay together. I mean, at that point we were just dying 1 on 1 on 1 by ourselves. Yeah, so not a great game. Again, hopefully that will, as you can see, first win of the day, still there after like 9 games. So I'm sad. My name is Sad Con Man today. Hope you got something out of that with Kharizim. Because I certainly didn't. We're on to the 4th row, and we get to play with Leoric next. And Leoric's fun, and we're out of the K's and we're into the L's, and the L's will last us a while. And we get the Vikings coming up. That should be a fun trip as well. That's going to be an awesome game. Anyway, thank you for watching as always. My name is Sad Con Man. Hopefully next game we will be Happy Con Man. Leave the comments, the likes, the whatever. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know outside of a particular hero that we haven't gotten to yet. Let me know if there's something you're interested in seeing. I mean, I did the Hanamura map. I could do some other stuff. I do have some ideas to do some more shorter, kind of focused tips and tricks and guides and stuff. But for now, I'm just kind of chugging along in the heroes. At any rate, once more, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.